I'm recording. All right, so it's Tuesday, April 19th. Tony Hughes coming to you guys from Idaho Falls, Idaho. It is our mentor session right now. Looks like the two Anthony's are in the house. So Anthony Scola, thank you for being here. I am recording this and it will be posted on YouTube and then on our Team Freedom site for those of you that are not able to participate live. I want to review this document that was shared with me a little while ago. And, the heading says what to do before you get your real estate license, right? So that's kind of, all right, we're a little behind the eight ball, I guess, but there's some really good stuff in here. And I just want to make sure that we've checked off all the boxes with all of our new agents. And I think this will be really helpful. And then I have another document that I want to review as well. So the ultimate guide to getting your real estate business off the ground before you're officially licensed. And we're going to scroll on down here. And Anthony, if you don't mind, would you mind just kind of reading these paragraphs here for us? I'll just go from left to right.
Yeah, you want me to just go through the
yeah, just do it. Yeah, let's read it together.
Sure. Yeah, it says how to use this guide. It says, are you fresh out of real estate school and just waiting to take the state exam? Can't wait to get started on your new career? This guide is for you. And Griselle just came in too.
Yeah, I see that. Great.
Awesome. It says in this guide, you'll find steps to help you put a plan in place so you have all the tools, knowledge, and confidence needed to get launch a they have a typo.
Yeah, they got a little typo there.
Needed to launch a successful new career in real estate. Once you are officially licensed, the first few months can be a bit overwhelming as you try to navigate your new brokerage, understand contract lingo, use a CRM. The list goes on. If you can lay the foundation of your new business before you are licensed, you'll be miles ahead of your fellow newbie agents. As you go through this guide, don't feel like you need to follow it precisely. Creating a new plan of action and taking the necessary steps to reach your goals takes time, a tenacious attitude, and action. Stick to the basics and don't overthink the process. Additionally, at the end of this guide, you'll find even more tools and links to our favorite training resources and videos. We're on a mission to help you simplify and streamline your real estate training and business goals. If you have any questions, and then it gives all their contact information.
All right, awesome. Welcome, Griselle. Good to have you on.
Thanks.
We're reviewing some new agent documents that I should have shared with you guys a little while ago, but I think that'd be really helpful. So, all right, ready to be an entrepreneur. There's a common misconception that when you get your real estate license, home buyers and sellers just fall into your lap. While that can happen occasionally, the most successful agents have done the hard work to lay a solid foundation for their new business. Think about it. If you're opening a new restaurant, you wouldn't just rent a space and say, we're open for business. You'd have a big business plan, create a name, logo, decide on a menu, hire staff, find suppliers, etc. You'd also need to research the current market to see what the competition is doing and figure out what's going to make your restaurant appealing to consumers in your community. When you're going into real estate, you're starting a new business. You are officially an entrepreneur. This includes defining a target market, developing a business plan and a budget, building your network, creating a marketing calendar, and enhancing some of your skills you'll need to effectively communicate with potential clients and promote your services. We want to make sure you're miles ahead of your fellow rookie agents before you're officially licensed. So you guys, you're not licensed right now. So let's get started. All right, your steps to success. So step one, the basics. This checklist includes the most basic things you should focus on before you're licensed. Step two, market research. Understanding current market is key. Learn about home prices and market stats, neighborhood amenities, your competition, etc. Step three, build your network. Real estate is all about who you know. Taking these steps before your license will really pay off. Step four, define your brand. Ask yourself some important questions to determine the look and feel of your marketing. We talked last week about developing your unique selling proposition. Step five, build your brand, finalize colors, fonts, social media handle, website domain name, create your story. Step six, marketing plan, assess the competition, set goals, determine your marketing budget. Step seven, get social. What, when, where, how to post on social media, to reach your ideal clients. Step 8, build your skills. Learn the basic real estate scripts, how to find clients and new agent advice from top agents and coaches from around the country. All right, so here we go. You guys have your headshots. We can check that bad boy off, right? We've got your bio. We can check that off. So that's good. Help people get to know you. Create 2 to 3 paragraphs, less than 200 words with your info about your background, why they would benefit working with you as their agent. All right, database. This is what I'm always pounding on. Build your database. Start to collect the contact, email, phone numbers, addresses from everyone you know. Use a spreadsheet or even a pad of paper. Anthony, let me ask you, do we have your database imported into KV Core yet?
I don't know, right? I've been.
That would be a no.
Yeah, I guess so.
You would know that. Christelle, do we have yours imported?
No, we don't. I like have it. We just haven't gotten around to actually importing it.
Okay, if you guys just schedule, a half hour with me on Calendly, I posted my Calendly link up so you guys can make, easy 30 or 60-minute appointments with me. I'm happy to help you guys. That is like the fundamental thing to real estate. And the worst thing that you can do is take off with your real estate business and leave your database behind, because you're leaving so much money on the table when you do that. But you'll be surprised how many agents I've worked with that literally somehow stumbled into success without really building their personal database. So it's kind of sometimes real estate works in spite of, whether we're doing things correctly or not. Holly, welcome. It's good to have you on as well. All right, create a budget. There's quite a few expenses. We all know that our overhead here is $85 at eXp, so we obviously have to budget that in. But there's opportunities for as little as $250 for 3 months for a 3-month commitment to go in and purchase Google pay-per-click leads for buyers to start loading your KV Core up. So again, what is your budget? Sometimes we have to spend money or invest money to make money. And we don't want to get ahead of, I love what Gary Keller says, we lead with revenue, meaning we don't go put ourselves in debt and then go pay off the debt with a few real estate deals. We get a few real estate deals and then we put that money into a marketing budget to get more deals, right? So lead with revenue, don't lead with debt. Creating a budget. All right, step 2. Griselle, are you okay? Are you comfortable with reading? Are you okay with that? Would you mind just going ahead and reading this page for us?
Sure. Understanding the current real estate market stats in your area will definitely give you a leg up on the competition. Knowing how fast homes are selling, the average home sales price, and if bidding wars or foreclosures are common occurrences are extremely important. Google real estate market stats in your zip code or city, and you'll find multiple reports and forecasts for the upcoming year.
And you guys, excuse me, real quick, you guys know that Armless has all that right on their homepage, right? So you can go to Armless. In fact, they just sent an email out today for the March stats. So it's really good to know those numbers, post them out on social media,
I was actually going to ask you where I could find that. So that's
good.
Just
go to armless.com. They're right on the homepage.
Got it. I was looking in like Flex MLS in the search itself, seeing if it had like recently sold options, and I didn't see anything.
Yeah. And check your email too, because I just got an email from Armless today.
Cool.
With all the stats. Go ahead, Griselle. Sorry.
Visit home search websites like realtor.com or Zillow to better understand what type of home buyers will get for $300,000 versus $600,000.
Obviously,
get to know the different neighborhoods. I'm sorry,
Griselle. They're saying this because this is supposed to be before we get our license, so they don't have access to the MLS. But obviously, when you have access to the MLS, you can get the perfect information. So, all right.
Get to know the different neighborhoods you'll be working in, find out what amenities are offered, HOA dues, school districts, and also look at who the dominant real estate agents are in the area. Drive around neighborhoods you aren't familiar with and take photos and notes of what you've learned. This information will definitely come in handy when working with clients and or when building your real estate website and or social media calendar. This is a great way to see firsthand what types of homes are available in each area and what you can expect in different price ranges. You can also learn how to host an open house by observing the listing agents. Do they ask you to sign in when you enter a home? Do they serve refreshments? Did they install lots of directional signs to get to the open house? If you visit at least 15 open houses before your license, you should have a solid plan of what you would do or not do when you have the opportunity to host an open house.
Can I just say something?
Once you've completed,
Can I just say something, guys, on open houses? You'll hear a lot of agents talk about open houses. They don't work. I've done them, blah, blah, blah. I've done, 40 or 50 open houses. They work. You just have to work them. And the one thing I really wanted to make a point here is, open houses take a lot of time, right? We have to get up, get showered. If you're a gal, you got to get your makeup on, do your hair. And guys, you got to dress up nice. You got to make sure all your flyers are put together. You got to get there an hour and a half early and go knock the neighborhood. We call that circle prospecting and handing out your flyers and your business cards to the neighbors. And then we have to get all the signs out. Here's my point. If we're going to go through all that trouble to hunt down open houses, to market them, prepare for them, and do them, let's get some people through the darn house, right? And that's where agents fall short on open houses, is they just do not understand the importance of open house signage, balloons, anything you can do to cause people to get off the road they're on and turn into this neighborhood and turn right and turn left and turn right and turn left. And then boom, here's this bouquet of balloons right in front of the house on an open house sign. So again, my point is, if we're going to do open houses, let's do them right. And let's advertise them. Make sure it's on the MLS. If it's not our listing, we can make sure we ask the listing agent to include the information that we're going to be doing this open house on the MLS. So that goes out on Google and that helps us get more traffic. But the biggest thing, and I love the Koschel family, they're part of Team Freedom. They do 3 open houses a weekend. The wife does one, the husband does one, and the son does one. Talk about, teamwork, making the dream work. And they go out and literally each one of them put out somewhere between 15 and 20 signs per open house. So they have a garage full of open house signs, but that literally, they're all engineers. They're all from India. They had no marketing background, no sales experience. They're all doctors and engineers, and, they became real estate agents, but that's how and they're from Canada. They moved here from India to Canada to the United States, and they knew nobody in Phoenix, Arizona, and they've literally become icon agents because of open houses. They're going to be speaking not in May, but in June. They're going to be our guest speakers for Team Freedom's monthly sales meeting. So I'm excited to have Barry and Akash get on and share their story. And anyway, guys, if you're going to do open houses, promote the hell out of them. Get people in there. Otherwise, you're wasting, it's great you did an open house, but we got to get leads. And in order to do that, we got to get people, direct the traffic. So don't go cheap on your signs. You need plenty of signs if you're going to do open houses. That's really important. All right, back to you, Griselle.
Once you've completed the items above, you should have a pretty good idea of who the top agents are in your area. Go online and learn more about them. What do they do that makes them so successful? What is their unique value proposition? Do they specialize in a few select neighborhoods or niche markets? Do they have lots of client testimonials? What kind of information do they include on their website? What kinds of posts do they share on social media? Having a clear understanding of the competition will help you formulate your own marketing strategy and business plan.
Okay, very good. All right. So step 3, build your network. Anthony, would you mind firing off here for us?
Yeah, sure. Identify groups you would like to join. Find groups or associations you'd like to join, but don't join them yet. It's better to do join.
Must have been a Filipino writing this or something. They obviously had a virtual assistant.
I keep getting the weird ones. It's better to join when you can introduce yourself as a realtor and they won't know you're brand new. Spend time with people. Now, this may sound like a no-brainer, but many of us tend to spend time with the same group of friends. It's so important to meet new people to expand your local reach. Nurture your current relationships, but always go the extra mile to turn an acquaintance into a friend and introduce yourself to as many new people as you can.
So important. We have a little mantra called TTMP. That's talk to more people. Right? You got to TTMP every day. All right, go for it.
Get active on social. Join neighborhood Facebook groups. Be more active on Nextdoor. And if you haven't been as active on Facebook in recent years, jump back in and wish people happy birthday. Look up old high school friends and acquaintances who live in the area. Preferred vendors. As an agent, you'll need to recommend different vendors to your clients. Make a list of your favorite handymen, lenders, etc. Once you are licensed, reach out to them and let them know you'd like to include them on your preferred vendor list and ask if they would like to do the same for you.
Very good. And you guys will see a lot of posts on the Arizona Workplace group from agents asking, does anybody know an electrician? Does anybody know a handyman? When you see those and people put posts up there of their recommendations, grab those. If you don't know people, put those, in a notebook or in your phone or somewhere so that you can start to build your own little group of affiliate partners. Holly, are you able to talk or are you working? Oh,
Yeah,
and Tamar, Anthony,
I can take a break and talk.
do you mind just reading this page for us? Define your brand.
Sure.
All right.
Your brand is your promise to your customer. It tells them what they can expect from your services, and it differentiates your offerings from that of your competitors. Your brand is how you promote yourself. It is the unique combination of personality, skills, and experience bundled together in a way that you want the world to see. Should your brand also include a logo? Absolutely, but it's not a requirement. Even if you don't create your own custom logo, using a cohesive color scheme and fonts throughout all of your marketing materials will really make you stand out from the crowd. In order to begin defining your brand.
Hey, Holly, real quick, by the way, just FYI, guys, you can go to Fiverr, FIVERR.com if you have not created a logo and you want to create one. And literally, you can have someone create the most beautiful logos for like 25 bucks. People in Bangladesh or Philippines or India. It's amazing. If you go on Fiverr.com and just, look at some of the different people on there, I wouldn't pay more than 25 or 30 bucks, but they could do logos for you that are animated. They can do them, luxurious. They can do them whatever, but they can all provide you with examples of different logos they've created for other clients. So you can make a professional logo and get it done really inexpensively if you just use virtual assistants. All right, go for it, Holly.
In order to begin defining your brand, ask yourself these questions. Who is your ideal customer? Are they young professionals in their 30s who are buying their first home, luxury homeowners in golf communities, military families? How do you want to make clients feel? How are you different from other realtors? What are other brands you admire and why? Why do your clients trust you? What's your story? This should include your personal history. For example, how and why you got into real estate, as well as the story of the role you play in your clients' lives. Learn more about creating your brand identity. Once you've started to piece together how you would like your ideal customers to see you, think about the tone of voice you'll use in your marketing. For example, upbeat, fun, serious, etc., as well as an overall look that will reflect your brand.
Okay, good. So build your brand, your story. Jamara, it sounds like you're having a problem hearing it. Sorry about that. Write a paragraph or two about how and why you got into real estate. What makes you different? What people can expect when working with you. This shouldn't be salesy. It should be authentic and evoke some sort of emotion with the reader. I think I've addressed all of that with each one of you. Colors, make sure you're using the eXp approved colors, by the way. You can find that in our brand, our logo suite that we have. Select 2 or 3 colors for your brand. If you're focused on luxury, then black or dark purple may be appealing to your ideal client. If you're focused on waterfront homes, blues work well. Fonts, select 2 fonts and colors. Again, logo, optional. Look at that. I didn't even realize that, but they've got Fiverr right in here in this document. And there's also logotournament.com. I'm not familiar with that. Social media handle. A handle is a public username. I need to get better at this, guys, but you can literally go in, I'm sure you know this, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. You can go in and literally change your URL profile to a custom profile. And if it's not being used on any of those platforms, like mine is Mr. PPL Pro, Mr. People Professional, right? So I have twitter.com/Mr. PPL Pro. Well, I could go in and set up Facebook. So it's facebook.com/Mr. PPL Pro, Instagram.com/Mr. PPL Pro, and whatever the other one was that I've forgotten, Facebook or whatever. So you didn't know that. You can do that. Again, you can, it just helps you create a little bit more continuity, a little bit more, focus on your specific brand. Then email address, we all know that we get our own email address, we get our own domain, but you can go to GoDaddy or some company like them if you want and get a vanity domain. I have TonyHughes.com, for example. I've had it for years. I've got massivemomentum.com. I've got several others, but these domains, you can go buy them for really inexpensive for a year. And then you can have your long, Grisel.Ruiz or GriselRuiz.exprealty.com or whatever. Instead of giving that out, you can give out your, GriselKnowsAZ.com or whatever domain, and then have that forwarded to your eXp website, so that when people go to that domain that you purchased, it will bring up your eXp website.
If any of you guys want,
and you're the pro on that. I forgot about that, Anthony.
Yeah, if any of you guys want help with that, you can reach out to me. Before this, I was actually a coach on a web hosting team for the support side, so I am very, very familiar with how to make them, like best practices with domains, all that kind of stuff. How to get it set up, how to get it.
We should have you train one day just on that stuff, Anthony. Come up with. There's a lot of people that don't have any knowledge of that whatsoever, and I think that would be a nice little training to have you do.
Sure, yeah, I could always look into building something out. Like I said, I was in the coaching side, so I built out plenty of content over my tenure.
That's awesome. All right. Let's keep going here. Step 6, create your marketing plan. Who else do we have on here? Hey, David Spute. David, you're on here early, right?
Well, yeah, I just was listening to the mentor. I haven't closed 3 deals this week, so.
Closed 3 deals, just showing off, man. You freaking braggart.
I haven't done 3 this week, though.
Last week, yeah.
Always time to mentor.
David and I are smiling like Cheshire cats because he and I have a $10 million land deal under contract, and we are.
Congrats, guys! That's awesome.
We got to get through the due diligence. By the way, David, the due diligence deadline June 15th. That happens to be my grandfather, who is one of my heroes. So he must have been, helping call some shots up there. So that's pretty awesome.
Nice.
All right, create your marketing plan. So to get an idea of what's working in your market, conduct a competitor analysis. Research at least 10 agents in your area to see what makes them different, what makes them stand out from the crowd, where, how, whom are they marketing their services. Visit their website, Instagram, check out reviews on Zillow, and if possible, attend their open houses. And you guys can get, you can get the top producer information easily on agents in Arizona and Phoenix with eXp. That's really easy to come by if you want to research some specific high producing eXp agents in Phoenix. Identify your goals. In real estate, there are so many ways to promote your business and find potential clients. You can focus on online leads, farming neighborhoods, networking, social media, sponsoring events, cold calling expired listings, hosting open houses for other listing agents. The list goes on and on. Select 2 or 3 techniques that you want to focus on in your first 6 months. Whatever you choose, make sure it is something you actually enjoy doing so you stick with it. Not like a diet, right? We got to make sure we actually enjoy it. And again, whatever, there's like 8 or 9 different fundamental lead generation techniques and tactic. Well, there's more tactics, but different techniques, open house, expired listings, FSBOs, work in the database, on and on. And what you really ought to do your first year is you ought to be involved in all of them. You ought to be doing some farming, you ought to be doing some door knocking, you ought to be doing some open houses, you ought to be doing some, obviously, calling your database every day. That's that's an obvious thing, but find something over that period of time, 6 months to a year, that really sings to you. It makes you feel good. You like doing it. Like for the Koshels, they love open houses. Well, I'm not sure they really love them all that much, but they do them because it works, right? It generates leads. We may not love something, but it might be very effective. The key is sticking with it and being persistent. So make sure that you just kind of dive into all of them. Get strategic. Now that you've identified the areas you want to focus on, and by the way, I should say, once you've figured out that thing, whatever that thing is that makes you feel good about, whatever it is that you're doing to generate leads, do that one thing and do it better than anybody else in the business, and just do it forever. Be the person like Gogo. I can't say her last name, the little Ukrainian gal here at eXp. I mean, she has become a force to be reckoned with. Moved here, had no friends, moved to Michigan, didn't know anybody, and found out about social media. She became an Instagram influencer. Today, she's a multimillionaire with eXp. She didn't know a single person in the United States when she came here. If you guys don't know Gogo, you really should go to her Gogo trainings, because she is really an inspiration. We recommend creating strategies and monthly goals specifically for your social media and sphere of influence marketing activities. Set a budget. There's quite a few low to no cost marketing strategies you can use. I mean, guys, KV Course, you're already paying for it. And KV Core allows you to do video marketing, text blasting, email blasting, set up automated campaigns. It's already the best free, basically, lead generation tool that you've got. But many of you don't even have your database imported yet into KV Core. So we really need to work on that. All right, step 7, get social. Griselle, since you're our social media expert here, why don't we let you take this page, if you don't mind.
Where to post. Decide which social media platforms are best for finding your target market. Add your new headshot and cover art. Even if you aren't licensed, you can still create a Facebook or Instagram page. Just don't identify yourself as a realtor yet. After you're officially licensed, you can easily update your bio, logo, etc. What to post. Write out 4 to 6 topics that are consistent with your brand and the interests of your ideal client. This could include featured neighborhoods, market stats, home decor trends, new developments, and upcoming festivals and events. When to post. Determine how often you will post and what time of the day you will post. Make sure to schedule time in your daily and weekly calendar for social media planning and engagement. How to post. Use an app like Hootsuite, Buffer, or I don't even know how to pronounce that. Planoly, to plan and schedule your social media posts in advance.
Good. There's a friend of mine. Her name is Danielle Pelusio. She's an icon agent in Phoenix with eXp, and she does something really cute with her brand. She has been doing this for years. I helped her put together her team, and so I was working in her office for a couple of months. But one of the things she does every month, she does a newsletter, and if I remember right, it's called the moon over the desert, or the moon over Phoenix, something like that. And basically she sends it out every single month on the full moon. So when her clients receive that email and text message from her, they know that that's the full moon day, right? And sometimes she's gotten behind and didn't send out her email on the full moon, and she's actually gotten people to respond back. Hey, Danielle, the full moon was two days ago. I never got your email. So she has literally created this. And because she provides such great value in her newsletter that goes out on the full moon every month, her clients have gotten to the point now where they literally look forward to the full moon every month because of Danielle's marketing technique there. So, thinking outside the box like Danielle did there, that's what sets you apart from the 45,000 other licensed agents that are in, Maricopa County. So If one of your primary goals is to attract potential clients with social media, create a calendar with all the things you'd like to post and also create the images so you'll be ready to go as soon as you're licensed. We already have a library with all that stuff. We've got list reports. We've got canva.com we can plug into. All right, step 8, build your skills. I don't know if we have Jamar Anthony with us now, but Jamar, if you can, if you don't mind going through this page with us, you'll need to unmute yourself. Can you hear me, Jamar? There we go.
Yep. Sorry about that.
It's all good. Good to
Yep.
have you.
All right. Oh yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me. Once you are officially licensed and have joined the brokers, there will be a lot to learn in writing contracts to using the CRM system, searching in MLS, and all the broker tools provided, as well as orientation. The first month or two is pretty busy.
Would you guys
now
agree? First month or two is pretty crazy.
Yep.
Pretty crazy
Yeah.
busy. Yeah.
Yep. So now is the perfect time to learn some new skills, get familiar with some of the tools and apps that will help you grow your business in the years to come. Based on your goals and focus areas, we've compiled a list of our favorite training resources on YouTube and, of course, on the Building Better Agents website.
Let's go on down here, building your skills. All right, so here's just a few of our favorite videos, books, and articles. By the way, guys, I posted this I think I posted this in Team Freedom. Oh no, I did not post this in Team Freedom. I posted on the ASREB Facebook group. That's right. So I'll post this up in Team Freedom here as soon as we're done. So you guys will be able to download this document, and then you'll be able to, I think these are hyperlinks.
And while all the amateurs complain,
Sorry, I just
you
clicked on a link and now I
train
got a
and the
YouTube video. So your first 30 days as a new real estate agent, advice for new real estate agents. And I honestly, guys, haven't gone through a lot of these, so I'm not sure, how good they are or whatever, but it's certainly worth looking into. This document was not created by eXp, so I'm not sure what all's out there that, isn't that great, but all right. So we've already done all the marketing or choosing the broker. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to stop sharing this page and I'm going to start sharing this page. All right, now let me just blow this up a little bit so everybody can see it. All right, so we're going to go through this little checklist of sorts here together. And if you guys are missing something, you might just jot down a little note. Headshots, everybody's got professional headshots done, right? We've ordered business cards, I hope. If not, we need to get that done. I always help everybody, with their business cards. If you want it, I know how to customize them and get a little bit more bang for your buck. So if you haven't ordered your cards and need help, feel free to reach out to me and I'll help you. Talk to everybody. That's just the key is, people, we've gotten into this ridiculous habit over the last 10 years where no one answers their gosh darn phone. And it drives me freaking bonkers. I'm old school. I grew up in the 60s and the 70s from last century. And we actually used to talk, believe it or not. Like that's all we did was talk on the phone. And we had to be tethered to a wire in our house in order to talk on the phone. We couldn't do it in our car. But we've gotten to this point now where everybody just likes to text. Nobody answers their phone. And if you want to be different, use your phone. Call people. That's being different in today's world. Believe it or not, that will make you stand out. When you answer your phone, you will stand out. People be like, what? I've called 6 other realtors and no one, I'm going to tell you guys a true story. This just happened to me about 2 weeks ago in Idaho, or maybe 2.5 or 3 weeks ago. I'm working with this client, helping her get a house up here. And there were 3 agents listed on this listing, on the document, on the MLS document, 3 agents, 3 phone numbers. So I called the first agent, voicemail, left a message. Called the second agent, voicemail, left a message. Called the third agent, voicemail, left a message. I was so peeved. I sent a text message to all 3 of them and said, I just called all 3 of you and not one of you answered your phone. Business must be amazing, for you guys or something like that. I've got a qualified buyer. She wants to buy this house. can someone please return my phone call? And literally within 2 minutes, this real estate agent calls me back. But what do we do? Be honest with yourself. What do we do when someone calls us now? What do? We look at what? Tell me what we do on our cell phone.
Do I know this person?
Right. We're looking at the screen. We're going, do we know this person? Is this a phone number that I recognize? And if it isn't, what do we do?
But iPhones typically tell you if it's like spam or not. So I don't know. Since I became a realtor, I kind of answer everything.
Me too.
Sometimes you
That's
get
the right answer, right?
sometimes you get some scams, but you got to answer everything. Like you never know.
Everything. You gotta because
in
your
that referral I
website's
just
out
had.
there, your
Yeah.
name's out there, your phone number's out there.
Yep.
You are a public entity, as a realtor, right?
Yeah, I got ads and business cards everywhere. So if I don't answer, that's so stupid. I might not get a call again.
Well, the point, guys, I'm trying to make is don't get into this rut where you're just texting people. Pick up your phone. You should be calling people in your database every single day, every day. If you're not making 5 or 10 phone calls at least to people that know you, love you, and trust you, what are you doing in real estate? Get the hell out of here. Go find some job where you don't need to do crap like that and make millions of dollars, right? I'm not saying that specifically to you guys, but I'm just saying, what are we doing in this business if we're not willing to pick up the darn phone and call people that know us, love us, and trust us and not be weird, right? We're not asking anybody to be weird. We're asking people to be professional. You don't call people up you haven't talked to for 5 years and go, guess what? I'm a realtor. Want to buy a house, want to sell a house. That's weird. Right. We just start to rebuild that relationship again. And maybe a month later, we talk about real estate. We don't need to cram real estate down everybody's throat just because it's something we're supposed to do. We can just call people and build relationships. And that's really where the real estate business is going to come from. The deeper the relationships that we build, the better real estate we're going to do. So create a database sheet with all your spheres contacts. That's called your database, right? Join your weekly broker meeting every Monday morning. For those of you that are in Arizona, 9:00, just go into the Arizona broker room. If you're not attending that meeting or you're not listening or watching the recording later, you're not being a realtor. You're not holding yourself to a higher standard. So that is part of our job, is to go to our weekly sales meeting, our broker meeting every week. And frankly, you will learn more about real estate just being a fly on the wall in that meeting every Monday morning than you will reading every book, listening to every seminar, because they talk about stuff that's really happening right now in the market, right? So really important that you go to that meeting or at least attend it later because they record every single one of those. Get set up on MLS. So I think all of you should have your local board done now, your MLS and your super e-key. Hopefully everybody's got all that done. If not, you need to. Spend time to create 5 different searches and subscriptions on the MLS for different clients. So this could even be like a sister, a brother, an aunt. It doesn't even have to be someone who's actively searching. You could just call, have a conversation and say, hey, just curious, would you be open to allowing me, blah, blah, blah. Maybe they had a conversation. They're maybe looking at something a year or 2 out, and you could just use them for practice, if for nothing else, to set up a portal for them, set up a subscription. If it's someone that's not really looking right this second, you don't want to set it up for it's an ASAP where every listing that comes on the MLS goes straight to them immediately. You're gonna blow them out. So maybe you just set it up, if they're looking a year out from now, maybe you just set it up where it only goes out, once a week or once a month. Of course, once a month, by the time they get it, most of the houses will be under contract. You guys know that, but the point is, you don't want to overwhelm people with searches if they're not, looking right now to get into real estate. So create a goal, business plan for yourself on what you'd like to achieve in your first year. How many of you have written it down? Like, how many of you literally, if I said, show it to me right now, you could, what your gross commission income goal is for your first year? Is it 10 grand? Is it 50 grand? Is it 150 grand? Do you have it written down, right? A goal not written down is only a wish. So it's very important, write that down. Let your subconscious mind receive that every single day you look at it, right? That's why I have this this dream board behind me, because every day I'm looking at that baby going, okay, this is our next vacation. Okay, this is our next home. Okay, this is our next rental property, right? That dream board reminds my subconscious what I'm doing, why I'm living, that, my purpose here. Set up an open house. Those of you that haven't set up open houses, it's not hard to do. I would recommend, like that guy talked about, going out on a weekend. You can go on the MLS and you can search for open houses in your neighborhood, and you can go just drive around and go meet some of the listing agents or whoever's doing the open house. Meet them, share business cards. Guys, you can recruit these agents anyway, so you might as well go to the open houses and grab their business card. They could be your next revenue share agent for your team, right? By the way, again, another plug for revenue share. I don't have to sell another house, and I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you guys, I've worked gosh darn hard at this for the last year and a half of my life, but I do not need to sell another house the rest of my life if I don't want to. I don't need to. I have enough income now that from revenue share that pays for everything, and it grows every single month. It won't be long, and my rev share is going to be a 6-figure per month income. So I'm only saying that to inspire you guys. Don't treat this like your ugly third cousin. Revenue share is a life-changing business if you allow it to change your life. Too many times we get hyper focused on just real estate. You can do that at HomeSmart. You can do that at Remax. You can do that at Keller Williams or whatever. Here we have a much bigger opportunity to create wealth. And one of those ways to create wealth is by making new friends with other agents at different brokerages. And we can do that by visiting open houses. Plus we can watch and see how they do it. But you can go Bird Dog, eXp open houses, and you can literally send a text message to all of them. Hey, I'm a brand new agent. I'm hungry. I'm professional. And I would love to sit an open house for you if you have one coming up in the next week or two, and just find some. And then if you guys want, you can go on Team Freedom or onto the eXp Arizona workplace group, and you can say, I'm setting up open houses for the next 3 weekends. I'd love to have a fellow, female eXp agent join me. Who's interested, right? And I promise you're going to have a bazillion people, say, I'll do it with you, right? So it's always good. Even when you're a guy, it's always good to do open houses with a partner. But really encourage you guys to get some open houses on your, and by the way, this is like the perfect time in Arizona to be knocking on doors. You will not like to do that in July, August, and June, July, and August. But right now, go out and make some new friends, meet your neighbors, hand out your business cards. There's nothing wrong with knocking on the door, standing back a few feet, just, hey, I'm just respecting our social distancing. I wanted to just introduce myself. I'm your neighbor. I live right down the street or 2 streets over, whatever. And I'm a realtor. I put my business card on your door there for you. If you ever need any help with real estate, or if you need to know what your house is worth, I provide a free service, whatever it is. Just go out there and meet people in your neighborhood. All right, this is something that's really important too, guys. And I guarantee most of you will not do it. And that's the reason most of you will not succeed in real estate, by the way. And that is tour 5 properties a week, at least. At KW, we said 10. So this is kind of like milquetoast here, but 5 properties a week. Why is that important? I started off in product sales. Out of college, my first job was selling Clairol hair color and hair care products. So condition shampoo, condition. I had, Loving Care and Miss Ultress and Herbal Essence and all these products. And I had to learn those products inside and out. They sent us back to New Jersey week after week to learn all of our products. Then I went to work for Revlon Cosmetics, and they have like 4,000 SKUs. And I had to learn every one of the numbers on top of those lipstick bottles or tubes. I had to learn every number on those nail polish tubes. I had to learn what all the different, tones were and shadow and, all that stuff. I've forgotten all that shit now, but it's been too long. But the point is, we have to know our product. And the way we know our product is we get out there and look at our product. And so the way you do that is you go on the MLS and you set up a showing time and you just go out and you start touring homes. Look at the homes in your neighborhood. Start there first so that you become the expert of your neighborhood when it comes to all things real estate. Take a minimum of 3 classes per week, 2 in the eXp world, metaverse, or in person. We advise the expert eXp Fast Start 101 series, iConversations, Grant Cardone training, so on and so forth. Practice writing a purchase contract and transaction desk. You guys can go in there and you can create a John Doe, just create a fictitious transaction. You can add that person to the contact list. You can go in there and create a listing. You can go in and create a buyer. You can do all that because you can delete those. So don't worry about, messing it up. You can go in there and create fake dummy just so that you can practice on what it looks like to import, a purchase contract to SkySlope, or what it looks like to, send out a digital signature, send it to yourself.
Hey,
So that
Tony?
you get used to doing that. Comment?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
So for the tour, not to set us back too far, but for the touring houses one,
Yeah.
you had mentioned using, what's the showing time?
Uh-huh.
Are we allowed to just use that and go in by ourselves, or are we supposed to have
Yeah.
a client with? Okay, that makes
No,
things a lot
that's
easier.
that's what it's for. It's for you to go out there and show houses or to go look at the inventory.
Cool, that's super
When you
helpful.
schedule, Anthony, it gives you the option to do an agent preview.
Okay.
So you don't have to actually show it to anyone, because I've gone out and seen a couple.
That makes sense, right? I was in my head like, man, I feel like I'm lying to him. They're like, wow, there's people going into this property.
Try and find the ones, guys, that are vacant too.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I've done so far.
Yeah, it's
All right.
always better because then you don't have to worry about. But every time you open the door, realtor, right? We always yell out that word, realtor, just to be safe. You want to make sure you don't get shot, So, and the other thing too is just, make sure that if you set up a showing time for 2:15, that you're there before 2:15.
Yep.
Do not be one of these agents that are always running 10 to 15 minutes late, because you screw everyone up when you do that, right? And it's very disrespectful to the listing agent, to the homeowners, and it's very disrespectful to our colleagues as well, because that can totally jack up the whole schedule when, someone's running 10 minutes late or whatever. I always told my 5 children, if you can't be on time, for God's sake, at least be early. Right? I mean, that's really the point here, is don't ever be late. Set up a template for ease of future writing. Yeah, I've talked to a couple of you guys, and I've helped a couple of you. Holly, thank you so much for attending. What's his name? Raskin. Is it Jeffrey Raskin? His class that I suggested. I hope that you found a lot of value in his transaction desk training. I certainly did. It's the best class I've ever taken. And he teaches you how to set up templates for your buyers and sellers, so that it is so easy to do contracts and, to do deals when you've already got all your documents there and you don't have to go find them. Draft weekly.
Jeff, right? Sorry.
Go ahead.
It was Jeff, right? The instructor.
Jeff Raskin. Yeah. Raskin. Is Holly still with us? She might not be able to talk.
Yeah, I'm here.
Holly, didn't you take that class recently?
No, but I took another one similar to that. I don't remember who it was from. It wasn't through the tech or whatever it is.
Okay, wasn't Jeffrey. All right. I was thinking
No.
of you. Someone recently in the last week or two took his class and told me, they sent me a text, said, you were right. That class was amazing. So if you guys haven't taken Jeffrey Raskin's class, you definitely need to take it. I promise. It's 3 hours of continuing ed. It's $15. It'll be the best $15 you spend on your real estate business this year. I promise. So we're almost done here. So very important, guys, time blocking. I'm old school. I grew up in the Franklin Planner days before the internet. Truly, I am dating myself. Yes. But if it's not in my calendar, it does not exist, period. So people call me all the time, and can you schedule? I'm like, well, yeah, but you got to get it in my calendar, because that's how I live my life. Everything is time blocked. So I heard Gary Keller one time say, if you show me your Google Calendar, I will show you your future income. You show me your Google Calendar and I will show you your future income. The point there is if he does not see 2 hours a day at least in your Google Calendar for lead generation, time blocking, and that's not set up as a recurring time blocking event, your income is going to be for crap, right? It's just not, you're not going to make it in real estate. That is something that's not, it's non-negotiable. It is a non-negotiable tactic and activity that every successful realtor does. They time block their daily lead generation. That could be following up with prospects, practicing scripts, working on your database, but super, super important that you time block. And again, I always tell agents, time block 2 hours on a Friday afternoon. That's when agents are looking for a happy hour. It's the best time to reach out to real estate agents and just say, hey, have you ever heard of eXp? Would you mind if I shot you over a video and a text message? And then text them over to modelexplain.com and set up a specific follow-up date and time to, to get back with them. But that's another thing that I recommend time blocking. Spend time in eXp World regularly to learn how it works. Save important contact information. All of you should have the broker license number, the broker license number, the broker address, the broker office number, all that, the broker MLS ID, the broker, what else? All that stuff should be either in a notepad in your phone for easy retrieval or somewhere where you can get to it quickly because you're going to be needing it all the time. We have a broker hotline number now, a local number that you can put in your cell phone. So when you need the brokers, you can call that hotline number, az.broker@exprealty.net, of course, email. And of course, we've got the work chat that we can get a hold of our brokers whenever we need. Save important contacts. So select 3 to 4 organizations, meetups, young people networking groups for you to build your social network in the city. I love being a part of Nextdoor, guys. I don't know if you're part of Nextdoor, but if you're not, you should get there. It's great. I don't go on there to obnoxiously talk about real estate, but I do go on from time to time and add something of value. And I always have on there Tony Hughes, realtor, eXp Realty, right? They all know in my neighborhood, that I'm the realtor and I'm probably the most consistent person responding and helping and giving guidance and answering questions in my Nextdoor group. So become that and go on Facebook and look for real estate groups, look for neighborhood groups that you can be a part of, especially when you start getting clients. If they're a part of a neighborhood group, you want to make sure that they go in there and promote you and talk about how awesome you were in helping them get into their new home. I've had several clients that have done that for me, and it's really, really amazing. Start to read The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. Those of you that still don't have that book, again, this is the Red Bible. That's what we call it. Gary Keller's The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. This book I bought. It's actually a leadership version of the book, and it's all in tabs, so you can literally read this tab is myth understandings, the organizational model, the budget model, the economic model, the lead generation model, the millionaire real estate agent economic model, so on and so forth. So anyway, if you haven't read that or got it on Audible,
It's a great book.
You should do that right away. What's that?
It's a great book. I got it on Audible.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's
I
a
did
really
too.
good book.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I listen to it all the time when I'm on the treadmill. I think I've counted 26 times that I've read that book now. I've walked hundreds of miles listening to that book on Audible. So you definitely want to make that a regular study. Pick one book on mindset, self-development. My personal all-time favorite personal development book. I mean, I don't think there's any better book ever written, and that's by Dr. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. And that's another book I've read about 25 times. If you've never read Think and Grow Rich, you are in for a treat. That is the grandfather. Actually, it's not the grandfather. The person that Dr. Hill pretty much was inspired by was a guy named Dr. Wallace Waters, who wrote a book called The Science of Getting Rich. If you guys can find a copy of that, that's like the grandfather to personal development. And then Napoleon Hill, he spent 20 years of his life researching the 500 richest people in the world. And he took those 20 years of studies and put them in this book called Think and Grow Rich. The first 4 words of that book are truly, thoughts are things. That's the first 4 words of Think and Grow Rich. Truly, thoughts are things. What we think about, we manifest, right? So if we're constantly reading about real estate and becoming a real estate professional by reading books like this and getting into personal development, I mean, we have Success Magazine now. I don't know if you guys saw you should all be getting a free copy of Success Magazine every month from eXp. This month on the cover was Shaquille O'Neal, but there's always fantastic personal development articles in that magazine. That was a magazine I subscribed to for almost 20 years of my life, and now I get it free because Glenn Sanford bought the freaking company. So that's pretty cool. Learn the 4-point system. What is that? Who can tell me what the 4-point system is or what it's referring to? All right, got a little work to do. So again, the 4-point system I've posted into Team Freedom. It is the 4 steps of building your revenue share business, right? There's four, some people use 4, some people use 5, but 4-point system, if you can just get those 4 things down, build a big list, invite people to look at, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent, set up a 3-way call, those four systems. If you don't know that, you can go back into Team Freedom and pull off that document. Decide how you want to generate leads, prospect for business. Is it going to be open house, cold calling, social media? Again, do it all in the first year, just so you can figure out what you really are passionate about and what works well for you. Select 2 to 3 hours, 3 to 4 times per week at least. Priority, select lead sources, go all in, create a schedule to prospect and follow up. So here's the first 60 to 90 days. Learn to make a listing presentation, right? There's actually a beautiful customizable listing presentation PowerPoint inside the eXp marketing department. So if you go on to the marketing department and just type in listing, you'll see a PowerPoint that you can customize. And that's a really good tool that I would start working on if I were you guys. Get your information in there, go on the pages where you can customize it so that when you do get ready to do that $650,000 home listing presentation, you're not scrambling trying to get stuff together. You've already prepared for it. You just needed to add a few little custom things to your presentation and off you go. So go check that out. Learn to make a listing presentation. There's lots of great training in the world on that. Learn to run your data and comps quickly. I like to triangulate on all my comps. I use RPR, KB Core, and the MLS. So if you don't know how to do CMAs on all 3 of those quickly, that's a really good to do. Figure out how to do that. Learn to run data and comps the long way. So there's a quick way to do it. And then you can do, again, that could be like KB Core could be a quick run, but if you go to an RPR, that's like an 81-page seller report. That's a longer version. And guys, I apologize. I can't see you because I've got the screen minimized. So if you do have comments or questions, you're not going to hurt my feelings to interrupt. Just go ahead and jump in there. How many of you have built a squeeze page on KB Core yet? Let me open this so I can see you guys. Have any of you built a squeeze page? No.
I've played with the landing page thing, but I don't know if that's necessarily the same thing.
Yeah, we've got to get off because I've got another Zoom coming up right now. But go look at the squeeze pages for single property. I've been getting so many leads up here in Idaho from literally an hour's worth of work every morning. I go on to the hot pages and find the listings from the day before. I take that data and I go in and literally in 3 seconds can make a link for a squeeze page, to capture leads. And then I go out there on Craigslist and I put up about 10, 15 posts, well, however many listings there were from the day before. And literally every day now I'm starting to get emails from people going, hey, is this house still available? I'm really interested. I've got $200,000 cash, blah, blah, blah. So learn how to do those. They're really easy. You'll be shocked at how easy they are and what you can do with those links once you post those up on social media. So
Anthony, the key difference from a landing page to a squeeze page is a landing page just kind of redirects them or has some information. A squeeze page requires them to input their data.
Makes sense. Yep.
Sorry.
All right, there's that call. You better answer that phone. All right. Well, guys, I'll put both of these up again on KV Core. We almost got through the end, but I do a 1 o'clock Zoom. David, I don't see any guests on here yet. Do you?
No, you're okay so far. I can let you know if you want to keep
Yeah.
going.
I know that Phil had guests coming today, and I think I had 1 or 2, and I'm not sure you probably had as well. So you guys stop me if, but let me just finish a couple things here and then we'll wrap up. So set up your CRM again, guys. Some of you don't even have that done. Here's my advice to setting up alerts in KV Core. Don't do it. And here's why I say don't do it. Even though you can, and it's really easy to do, it's better to set up alerts in the MLS. And here's why. KV Core, for whatever reason, is not programmed to pull off coming soon listings from the MLS. So if you set up a search in KV Core, you're going to completely block your client from seeing coming soons, which is a very large percentage now of the listings in Maricopa County. So that's my advice on that. Learn how to do CRM, do alerts in your MLS, not the CRM. I'm going to change that because it really, when you look at the percentage of coming soons now compared to the total active listings, you're kind of shooting your feet off if you're setting up alerts for your clients inside KV Core. And unfortunately, until they get that fixed, I'm not going to use it for alerts. Take the express offers training, guys. If most of you have been here for a month or so now, it's time for you to start to get, thinking about express offers. That's going to allow you to offer a cash deal to your clients from our pool of investors. And so it's about a 4-hour class. You have to go take a couple quizzes. It's really easy. And then they'll give you access to all this specific social media branding for express offers as and you can promote yourself as a certified express offers agent. But you need to learn that system. So just go to Workplace, go search express offers. If you're not in that group, join that group. And that is where you're going to take your express offers certification training. And you will literally be a certified express offers agent once you finish that. David or Phil, anything you guys want to add to express offers? I know both of you are certified on that.
I think the big thing I would mention on that like I don't have a lot of them that come into fruition, but it's powerful on your listing appointment to be able to offer all types of listing. So you can bring cash, you can get Curbio and help them do repairs. You can take them to a full market listing. So I think it's a nice add to your listing presentation.
For sure. Absolutely. Phil, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, no, that's and Curbio is a huge tool for us that I've spoken to other agents like Scott Marlowe, just like a month ago. He's like, I never heard of that.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so it's a huge tool.
We have the best Curbio training I have ever seen in San Diego. They have this little gal. She must have been a robot because I don't know anybody that could do a presentation as good as she did that. She was like on point on every single thing that came out of her mouth. And if you guys don't know what Curbio is, it's one of our partners. Go learn about Curbio. You can go into the agent onboarding department in the world. And if you just go past the agent onboarding custom, there's like a desk there. Just go past that and turn to the left and go into the hub. That's where we have all of our affiliate partners, and they all have big booths, BOOTHS there, where you can go in and meet with them, talk to them. David, I saw you laugh about that. I'm sorry. I just had to make sure I was being very clear with my words there. So go meet the folks at Curbio. Go meet the folks at Utility Connect. That's another fantastic service that you can offer your clients through eXp. They can go in there and help them get all their utilities turned on and set up, the garbage, electricity, all that stuff. So go check out your partners there in the hub. Think of social media.
Let me add to that. You can find the partners much easier in getting into enterprise because they actually have a separate, click on our partners and it shows every single partner, in detail. in there
Yeah,
as
there's
well.
no excuse not to connect with him because there's a lot of different ways. We have work chat. I mean, a lot of ways you can connect up with them. The Cromford report, if you guys don't know what that is, I would get with, either Jason Heinen with Phoenix Magnus Title, or get with your favorite title rep. They will be able to get you a copy of the Cromford report. You have to pay for it. Well, if you have a title rep that'll give it to you, they will give it to you. But if you want it yourself, you have to go pay for it. But what's Cromford's first name? I can't think of his first name. But anyway, he created a company in Arizona that he's like a statistician, and he takes all the data from the MLS and he crunches it down into this consumer edible information that is really graphically aesthetic. It's easy to read, easy on the eyes, and it's extremely valuable information. If you guys are ever able to go to a Cromford report seminar or webinar that a title company is hosting or whatever, don't miss it. I can't think of her name right now. Huh?
Focusing more
There's
on
it looks like we might have somebody on.
Yeah, we have a guest.
Okay, good. I'm sorry. We're going to go ahead and get started now, but we're pretty much wrapped up. So appreciate our session together, guys. Thanks so much. You bet. Have a great week.
Thanks,
Call me
Tony.
if you need anything. All right.
Have a good one.
Hey, let's see here. I need to turn off the recording.